What up, cuffers? It's about 4:11 in the morning on April 26, 2008. It's a Saturday, and it's the Martian Manhunter about to drop his first vlog on you. You're probably wondering why I haven't posted it sooner. I've been working on it for a couple of days, trying to figure out exactly what I was going to do. But without further delay, check it out. Here it is. So my first vlog is about G.I. Joe stuff. Just a kind of a flashback. February 23rd, 1983 was my 13th birthday, and my parents took me to Holiday Mart in Pearl City. It's a city here on Oahu, and they told me, go get what I want for my birthday, and I was pretty happy about that. So I looked around in the toy section, and what I chose to buy, or have them buy for me as a gift, was the clutch and my vamp. And that was my first G.I. Joe figure, clutch. So I have a soft spot for the guy in my heart still to this day. And the vamp, of course, was a kick-ass vehicle. It's a Jeep vehicle attack multi-purpose with the twin guns and the removable gas cans. So I love that stuff. I still have it today, and it's arguably one of my favorite toys. And luckily my parents said that I could also get these two comics. The newest one on the rack at the time was issue number 13, and luckily for me they also had number 12, the back issue, still on the rack, so I got those two. And for me, the rest is history. I became a big G.I. Joe fan, huge G.I. Joe fan. Since then, it's been like 25 years, and we've all heard the rumors and the talk and the news, and we all know now that Stephen Sommers, this guy, he's going to be directing the live-action G.I. Joe film. Actually, he has been directing it as of right now, and as I speak. And if you're wondering who this guy is, you've probably heard of his films like The Mummy and The Mummy Returns and Van Helsing, and maybe even Deep Rising, this older horror film. And if that doesn't get you excited about the live-action G.I. Joe film, about the fact that he's directing it, I don't necessarily blame you. I mean, I thought those films were okay, but none of them were any of my favorites. He wouldn't have been the first pick for the G.I. Joe live-action film, but he wouldn't be the last either, so I don't know. I'm give him the benefit of the doubt. So we've been hearing the rumors, and then pictures started coming up, surfacing on the internet. And this is Dennis Quaid as General Hawk, Clayton Abernathy. If you remember him from the comics, if you ever read any of the comics, this picture's not so bad actually, because he's a general in military dress uniform. So I thought it looked okay, and I wasn't disappointed at all by it, because the generals look dressed up. So and other photos started surfacing on the internet, like of Sienna Miller as the Baroness, and everyone was kind of wondering why she has blonde hair. And the word on the internet, the rumors on the board, the forums, are that she was gonna be brunette later. She's gonna have black hair later, so we just had to wait and see what the story's gonna be all about. So I say, okay, fine. I'm willing to write it out and see what it's going to be like. Now, we all know Duke, or a lot of Joe fans know Duke from the cartoon. I'm more into the comic books, but we're all familiar with how Duke kind of looks. And then you see pictures of Channing Tatum as Duke. And, well, okay, maybe this is like a behind-the-scenes shot, but okay. That's Duke. It's gonna be Duke, and don't know what to think of that. Only movies I've heard of him being are in Stop Loss. I've never seen it, and I can't remember the other one. Some dancing movie. Can't remember the name of it right now off the top of my head. But if those pieces of news weren't bad enough, found out that Marlon Wayans is going to be in the movie. And I don't necessarily dislike the guy. I think he's pretty funny. I don't hate the guy, that's for sure. But then they say that he's going to be playing Ripcord. I was like, what? Ripcord? Marlon Wayans is going to play Ripcord? What's up with that? I mean, Ripcord's a white guy. That's all I always remembered about him. He's one of the white guys on G.I. Joe. I mean, if Marlon Wayans is going to play a Joe, why not have him play somebody, one of the cool black guys like, I don't know, Alpine or Iceberg or even Cool Breeze, who had a short stint in the G.I. Joe Marvel comics. And he could even play Big Lob, Big I don't remember Big Lob, but he's from the animated cartoon movie. Which was pretty well received by the fans, so it seems, except for the whole Cobra Law thing. But, all these pieces of news coming up on the internet kind of made, the fans kind of wonder what direction this movie is going to take, and if it's going to, be very, very bad, or if it was going to be halfway decent. So by this point, fan expectations are kind of falling to somewhat of a low. But then the picture of Snake Eyes came out, and fans had to stop. And I gotta tell you, the majority of the fans on the forums, the internet, I frequent internetmoviedatabase.com, those forums. The majority of them were pretty happy with this picture. I'm sorry that this is kind of dark on my computer, my folks' computer. You can't really see it, but I'm sure you've seen this image elsewhere in other places on the internet. But people were pretty happy with this, and I don't blame them. I'm pretty happy with these pictures too. There are two of them. The only thing I kind of wonder about are his markings, the Arashikage, the Storm Shadow family symbols on his shoulder and the sword. Kind of wonder about that, because his identity was supposed to be hidden from Storm Shadow. At least in the comics, that was kind of the whole mystery of when they first fought as Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, as a G.I. Joe and as a Cobra. But we'll get more into that. If not in this vlog, then in another vlog. But, people were pretty happy because it's Ray Park, and I was pretty happy. I mean, Ray Park's not the only guy that could play him, but he's a pretty great choice, I think. I'm pretty happy about that. If you don't know who Ray Park is, he played the infamous Darth Maul from Star Wars Phantom Menace, Episode 1 of Star Wars. And Ray Park's pretty cool. I like the guy. I got to say hello to him at Star Wars Celebration 3, a convention that I went to in Indianapolis back in 2005. But some people are disappointed maybe that they're portraying more so the Snake Eyes version 2. I kind of like the version 2. I mean, it's great, but yeah, some fans like myself would rather have seen version 1 first, because it's one we grew up on. A lot of us became fond of, and I like this version a lot myself with the goggles. But the one with the visor isn't so bad. Here's a great rendition of version 2 of Snake Eyes by artist Brian C. Roll. And I think this guy's art's awesome. I kind of happened upon it over the internet. I'd like to go check out more of his art later. But Ray Park, cool. Very well liked by the fans. I've read a lot of stuff in the Star Wars forums saying that he's a great guy, and I believe it. When I got to meet him, he was really personable, approachable. And they say he has a lot of fun with the fans. And man, it's Ray Park, and that's Snake Eyes. It looks good. So people's expectations, the fans were kind of, their hopes were kind of bucked up again, and I was one of them. At least maybe not all of us, but some of us, and I was one of the ones, who had their faith reaffirmed.